Hello, everybody. Welcome to my podcast. Everyone's capacity to love is different, and it took me a while to work that out, actually. I just thought everyone was the same in that way, that if you loved, you loved. But I realised that besides the fact that there's conditional love and then there's unconditional love, this will help you, I think, understand everything. It really helped me understand everything. I just put everyone in the same little box as mine and then couldn't understand why they didn't react in certain ways that to me were just so natural and so normal. When we first are born and we come in, I checked lots of people and their heart chakra was good and their capacity to love, the amount of love that was in their actual heart and heart chakra was really big. Therefore, it stands to reason that they've just come from the light and the love, and they've come into their little human body for this life, and they come in full of love. However, these children, because of what happens to them and who they're with as parents sometimes, that love tends to start to diminish. And then by the time they've grown up, there isn't very much love in the heart. That was the most interesting thing that I found, that when I went and checked how much love people had in their heart, it was so minimal. I was actually really shocked. If you think of a pendulum, and I would check a heart, my heart, for example, would be like as big as a dinner plate, because I've done so much work on putting love in my heart, because I would have been like this as well. The checking of these people was so different. Theirs were, instead of a dinner plate, they were either hardly moving, the pendulum hardly moved when I checked, or they were as small as just a little coin, a small little coin. Some people were bigger, they were big as like a saucer or an egg cup, but most people were actually quite small. And I found that really startling and really, really sad, actually, because all those people, when I went back and checked when they were little babies, they came in with a heart full of love, and for whatever reasons, things that happened to them, their environment. And I actually think sometimes their reaction to things, now they have hardly any love in their heart. But it's not all bad, because what you can do is to send love to people. And I've done some meditation and some healing work on people, and I've just sent the love to their heart. It's very easy to do. You just be quiet and you get in a meditative state. You can put your hands out as if you're actually sending it straight to their heart, which I think is a really powerful thing to do. So you imagine that the love is coming through your head, down through your hands, and you're actually like a big ray of love. You can use colour pink if you like, or whatever works for you, and then you just send it to their heart. I also do a count up, so I count up 1, 2, and whatever number I get. Normally I do about 20 pulses of sending the love to their heart. And I just continue to send it. And I ask that my guides and their guides continue to send the love to their heart until their heart is full of love. I was very happy to be able to do this. If the people do not want the love and they don't want it in their heart, they will block it, or within a very short time when you go back to check them, there won't be much love in their heart. They'll let it dissipate. However, if we don't do this for them, they don't have any love in their heart. The problem with not having much love in your heart is that you don't have the capacity to give as much. That's what I feel. Love is not something that just sits there. It's actually something we can access. It's an energy we can access from the universe, and we can bring it in and we can just send it out. It's not necessarily something that's contained in us and we run out. But if we keep acting that way, like bringing it into love, into our heart, being more loving, when sending it out, it's a continuous flow. The flow just becomes continuous. Our heart will be full of love, but as we send it as well, love to people, it will just be refilled, and that's how you have to see it. Once I did that meditation with all those people, they, of course, with healing of all kinds, they had the ability, if they didn't want it, they could just throw it away or not use it or even block it. However, I knew that it was one of the most beautiful healings that you can do for a person. Then every time I thought of that person, I would just keep sending them love to their heart. I just kept sending it and sending it. We can model what it's like to be loving. We can be loving to people and do things and say things and give them things and make certain efforts, and we can give them love all the time. But it doesn't mean that they necessarily are becoming more loving in themselves. They might receive it on some level, but they're not actually now becoming a more loving person. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here on earth to do, is to love and to give love and to learn what love really is and to use love as our currency. The currency of this life is actually love. People think it's money. It's not actually money, it's love. And I think some people have got that confused. They think that getting more money will make them feel better and it will feed their soul, but it won't. It will actually help pay the bills and you can buy a bigger television set. But feeding your heart with love, that's what's going to feed your soul. That's what's going to nourish you emotionally and spiritually. I also keep sending love to my heart. Obviously, with my background, I have had some damage around that area. I had some physical damage because of the accident I had, but I also had emotional and psychological damage, obviously. And you might have had a history of a difficult life, and you will have that damage. And that's even more reason to heal yourselves by keep filling your heart with love. Do it any way that works for you. I usually visualize it and do it like a healing. I also put my hands where my heart is and I'll fill it up with love. You can do that for yourselves. And I just keep filling up my heart with love and just keep on doing it and keep on doing it and keep on doing it. By doing it over and over again, I've managed to alter myself too. Most people who would have come through difficult times would come out of it quite bitter and negative. And by filling your heart with love, you don't. It seems to negate that and almost heal all those parts of you that were full of hate and anger and rage and resentment because of being mistreated. So you can actually let those emotions go and at the same time keep filling your heart up with love. To be a loving person, to give and to always want to make someone else's life better and happier and more comfortable and to soothe and to give them empathy is all coming from the heart. It might have been said with words and we can use our thoughts, but the actual place that has to be full of love is in your heart and in your heart chakra, and that's where you want to be working. As you fill yourself up with love, you will notice a difference in yourself. You won't be as reactive as well, and you will forgive much more easily. I notice that people who can't forgive haven't got much love in their heart, and that's another reason to send healing to unforgiving people, because perhaps with more love in their heart, their capacity to forgive will be greater. Because you have to have a heart full of love, I think, to forgive, to really forgive, not just say the words, but actually do it. There is a idea that when you are really loving and kind and that you get used, and that is actually one of the downsides of it. But if you are good enough at noticing when there is abuse or use around you, you can set up your boundaries and negate that. I tend to give love quite easily now. I've had to do years of work on myself to become a more loving person and to extend my love connection with people. I can do it easily now. I don't really have a problem with it. Of course, I will get angry and cranky sometimes with people, which is normal, but it doesn't really last. It's just episodic and then it goes. But throughout all that, I still love them and I don't withdraw the love. So this Christmas, it's going to be a loving Christmas for you, I hope. Fill your heart up with love and send the best Christmas present that you can actually send anyone, which is a whole lot of love. So keep sending love to their heart and sending love to their heart chakra. So I hope you have a good festive season and you have some happiness and lots of love in it. And keep spreading the love around and your life will be better. So I'm sending you lots of love, obviously, and light.